Hi guys, Shumin here. I'm with the Dean of CBE, Stephen.
Yeah, so look, I obviously we're doing these videos so that the students who aren't able to travel to Australia just get to know the academic and professional staff better. So look, obviously I'd like to say hello to everyone who's unable to travel, and obviously as a college and university we're really trying our best to make sure that you can be engaged in not only your courses but also the university life as much as you can until you're able to make it to Australia. So we are thinking of you and working as hard as we can to try and ensure that you have the best university experience you can.
Okay, talking about being international students here, you were once studying overseas as well. Can you share us your experience?
Well, I mean, just as way of background, I was born in Canberra, and up until I went to the US to study, I'd pretty much spent my whole life in Canberra. I think I'd been to Hong Kong once. That was the only time I'd been overseas. I did my undergraduate degree at the ANU, but looking back, I didn't really make the most of that time at ANU. I lived at home, I came to classes, I went home, I didn't really immerse myself in the student experience. I think the opportunity to live overseas and study overseas where I lived on campus, gave me, I guess, what I think a university experience should be. Look, at various points I got homesick, and I was going to a country where English was the main language. There was no real cultural barriers, so it's also given me a real strong really made me admire students who are coming from other countries where it's a different culture, so they had a lot more to adjust to than I did. So actually it's given me a great admiration for international students who come to Canberra, but also made me really passionate about ensuring that students make the most of their time at university.
Can you tell us your recent travel with family or friends?
Yeah, so my most recent trip was to Taipei. So my kids, their Gungung was born in Shanxi. Their Pawpaw is from Shandong. One of the things that's really important to my wife is that my kids are able to speak Chinese fluently, but also read and write. And we're also really keen for them to understand Chinese culture and history. So each year we try to go somewhere where we can immerse the kids in the Chinese language. So we went so we went to Taipei this Christmas, and we're hoping to go to Shanghai or Beijing at the Christmas this year. The kids really enjoyed it. They were enrolled in a school there taking Chinese classes every day, so that was really good.
Is it hard for kids to grow up, being bilingual?
Oh look, I mean, well, I think in most other countries apart from Australia, it's probably just what everyone does, right?
That's true.
I think it's I think it should be more commonplace in Australia than it is. You and most of our international students have grown up learning a second language, so I think it's an opportunity that more people should take advantage of.
We also heard that you like to walk up at Mount Annesley. In
the summer when it's daylight saving, I try and go up there as much as I can after the kids are asleep. I've run into some of our other staff who you'll be speaking to soon, but look, it's just really relaxing. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, you see the sort of, you're in nature, you see kangaroos, lizards. I mean, it's just fantastic. But I find it's just a really good way to relax, and you get to the top. It's a great view. I don't think there's many places in the world as great as Canberra to live. So it's wonderful that you can work at a university that's in the city and literally 5 minutes away. There's beautiful sort of places like Mount Annesley, so it's great.
We're not going to ask you your PhD thesis, but from 1 to 10, how nerdy do you think you are?
Well, look, I think the general impression are that we're pretty nerdy. I think my family and friends think I'm pretty nerdy. But having said that, I think being a statistician is a fantastic career, because I would say it's one of the only disciplines that you can study that essentially it allows you a segue into essentially any other academic discipline of interest. I mean, everyone needs the skills of a statistician, so I think it's actually a fantastic degree. But I don't think there'd be many people in my family or people who know me who wouldn't say I'm fairly nerdy.
I think it's actually a good thing, but now it's actually a cool thing to be nerdy. Thank you very much, Stephen. That's all for today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Thanks.
Answered.